Welcome to AI in 10. I'm Chuck Goetschel, and every day I break down the biggest AI story in just 10 minutes. What it is, why it matters, and how you can actually use it. You know, I've been following Elon Musk for years now, and just when I think he can't surprise me anymore, he goes and does something like this. On February 4th, 2026, Musk officially merged SpaceX and his AI company xAI, not just a partnership, a full merger creating a $1.25 trillion company. That's trillion with a T, folks. We're talking about the world's largest AI rocket powerhouse, and it's all aimed at one audacious goal: getting humans to Mars with artificial intelligence as our co-pilot. So let me break down exactly what happened here. Because this isn't just another tech merger, this is the moment AI stopped being about chatbots and started being about rockets. SpaceX, valued at around $350 billion before the merger, brings some serious hardware to the table. We're talking about the company that revolutionized space travel with reusable rockets. They've got Starship, which is basically a skyscraper that can fly to Mars. They've got Starlink, serving over 7 million users with satellite internet. And they've got a 13,000 person workforce that knows how to make the impossible look routine. Then there's xAI, the company Musk started in 2023 to rival OpenAI. Remember, this is the same guy who co-founded OpenAI back in 2015, then left because he disagreed with their direction. xAI brings 200 plus engineers and their crown jewel, the Grok AI models. Grok 3 was trained on over 100,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs. That's more computing power than most countries have access to. But here's where it gets really interesting. xAI also owns something called the Colossus supercomputer cluster. As of late 2025, it's the world's largest with 100,000 GPUs all working together. Think of it as the brain that could think for an entire civilization. Now, this wasn't a cash deal. Nobody wrote a check for $1.25 trillion, which is probably good because I don't think anyone's checkbook is that big. Instead, it's an all-stock merger. xAI investors get equity in the new combined company. SpaceX shareholders keep control of their piece, and Musk becomes CEO of what they're calling SpaceX xAI. So what are they actually going to do with this combined powerhouse? Well, the technical synergies are pretty mind-blowing. They're embedding Grok AI directly into Starship rockets. We're talking about autonomous flight planning, real-time mission optimization, and onboard decision-making during those long trips to Mars. Early demos suggest this could reduce human oversight needs by 80%. Imagine a rocket that can think for itself, make split-second decisions about course corrections, fuel management, landing procedures, all while humans are either asleep or dealing with the more important stuff, like not going crazy during a 9-month journey to another planet. Their immediate priorities are pretty ambitious, even by Musk standards. First, they want to scale that Colossus supercomputer to 1 million GPUs by mid-2026. They're going to power these remote data centers using Starlink satellites. Second, they're launching something called Grok Mars, an AI agent specifically designed for extraterrestrial habitats. Think resource allocation in low-gravity environments, managing life support systems, optimizing solar panel efficiency when you're 140 million miles from the sun. And here's the kicker. They've moved up their timeline for uncrewed Starship missions to Mars from 2030 to 2028. That's 2 years faster than originally planned. The markets loved this news. Tesla shares jumped 12% just on the announcement. Space-focused investment funds surged 8%. Musk tweeted what might be the most Musk tweet ever. One company to rule the stars, AI plus rockets equals humanity multiplanetary. Now, you might be thinking, Chuck, this all sounds like science fiction. What does this actually mean for my daily life? Well, buckle up, because the implications are bigger than you might think. Let's start with jobs and the economy. This merger is going to accelerate AI-driven automation in ways we haven't seen before. When you combine Starlink's global coverage with Grok's intelligence, you get the ability to optimize supply chains on a planetary scale. That delivery truck route that takes your Amazon package from warehouse to doorstep, that's going to get a lot smarter, a lot faster. But here's the reality check. This could displace somewhere between 1 to 2 million jobs in trucking and warehouse work by 2030. When AI can optimize logistics from space using real-time data from satellites, human dispatchers and route planners become less essential. On the flip side, we're going to see new jobs emerge in AI operations and space technology. A factory worker today might find themselves managing robots that handle Mars-bound payloads tomorrow. For your daily tech experience, this gets really interesting if you're in a rural area. Starlink is already available in over 100 countries, but post-merger, it's getting Grok integration. Picture this. A farmer in rural Montana or rural India could ask their satellite internet connection questions like, what's the optimal planting schedule based on current soil conditions and weather forecasts? No need for urban broadband or complicated apps, just voice AI powered by space. There's also a privacy angle we need to talk about. Starlink satellites are constantly collecting data, location information, usage patterns, communication metadata. When that feeds into Grok's training, we're looking at a level of global surveillance that makes Google look quaint. It's not necessarily malicious, but it's definitely comprehensive. But here's something that could actually save you money. Cheaper space launches. Right now it costs about $2,000 to put 1 kilogram of anything into orbit. SpaceX's Starship is targeting $10 per kilogram. That's a 99.5% cost reduction. What does that mean for you? Well, it means a lot more satellites monitoring weather, tracking hurricanes, predicting natural disasters. Better predictions mean better preparation, which could lower your homeowner's insurance premiums if you live in a hurricane or wildfire zone. All right, so here's what you can actually do with this information today. And I mean literally today, not someday when rockets are landing on Mars. First, you can try Grok right now. Head over to xAI Grok or sign up for X Premium at $8 a month. Once you're in, try prompting it with something like simulate a Starship Mars landing and explain the key challenges. You'll get a taste of the kind of AI that's now thinking about interplanetary travel. It's like having a conversation with someone who's actually planning to colonize another planet. Second, if you're in a rural area or just want better internet, consider Starlink. The hardware kit costs $599, but you get speeds of 150 megabits per second or more anywhere on Earth. And here's the key point. Firmware updates coming in Q2 of 2026 will add Grok voice assistant capabilities. Imagine asking your internet connection to optimize your home's energy usage or plan your weekly schedule based on weather and traffic patterns. Third, if you want to invest in this trend, you've got options. You can buy into space and AI through ETFs like RKX or get Musk exposure through Tesla stock. But more importantly, invest in yourself. Learn basic AI prompting skills using free Grok tutorials. The job market is shifting toward human-AI collaboration, and knowing how to communicate effectively with AI systems is becoming as important as knowing how to use email was 20 years ago. Fourth, stay informed about what's happening. Join communities like our SpaceX or our xAI on Reddit for real-time updates. Download the SpaceX app to get alerts about Starship test flights starting in March 2026. This isn't just entertainment. These test flights are proving out the technology that could change how we think about transportation, not just to Mars, but around Earth. Let me give you a practical example of how to start experimenting today. Open up Grok and ask it to help you optimize something in your daily routine. Maybe it's your commute, your grocery shopping, your workout schedule. The AI that's learning to manage Mars missions can definitely help you figure out the best time to hit the gym to avoid crowds. Start small, think big. You can also use this as a career planning tool. Ask Grok about emerging job categories in AI operations, space technology, or human-AI collaboration. The company just announced they'll need thousands of new hires over the next 2 years. Some of those jobs don't even exist yet, but you can start building relevant skills now. As I always say, I'm not a financial advisor, so talk to a professional about your specific investment situation. But from a career and skill building perspective, this merger represents one of the biggest shifts in how AI and physical technology are going to work together. The experts are taking notice in a big way. Demis Hassabis from Google DeepMind said this merger is audacious and could be a game changer for science missions. Andrew Ng called the $1.25 trillion valuation justified, not hype, because of SpaceX's cash flow combined with xAI's computing advantages. He's predicting that Grok will dominate developer tools by 2027. Even the skeptics are impressed. Jan LeCun from Meta AI called it a bold move, though he's worried about data security if Grok Mars information leaks out. The social media buzz has been absolutely explosive. The hashtag SpaceX xAI has over 2 million mentions since February 4th. Musk's announcement post got 500,000 likes. On Reddit, the discussion threads have thousands of comments ranging from pure excitement about Mars colonization to serious concerns about monopoly power and job displacement. What we're seeing here is AI's evolution from chatbots and enterprise software to physical world domination. This isn't about better customer service or more efficient spreadsheets. This is about digital intelligence controlling hardware at planetary scale. We're talking about autonomous economies that could operate on Mars with minimal human oversight. Watch for regulatory battles as the FTC examines potential monopoly issues. Watch for rival mergers. Don't be surprised if Blue Origin teams up with Anthropic or if Google decides to buy a rocket company. And definitely watch for those 2027 Starship AI demos that will prove whether human-AI collaboration can actually work in the most extreme environments imaginable. This represents a broader trend toward what I call AI physical twins. Artificial intelligence merged with robotics, space technology, and energy systems. We're compressing decades of progress into just a few years, and that's going to force all of us to adapt faster than we ever have before. The key takeaway here isn't that robots are taking over or that we're all moving to Mars next year. It's that the line between digital intelligence and physical capability just disappeared. When the same AI that can optimize your daily schedule is also planning interplanetary missions, we're not just getting better technology. We're getting a fundamentally different relationship between humans and machines. And that's today's AI in 10. If you want to go deeper and learn AI with a community of people just like you, join us at AIhammock.com. I'll see you tomorrow, my friends.